So, you're ready to get a serious laptop for ethical hacking, but every top 5 list you find keeps pushing the same flashy gaming machines. Here's the problem. Those laptops are built for single-core gaming performance, not for running a Kali VM, a Windows target, and your analysis tools all at the same time. That's why this guide is different. We're cutting through the hype and focusing on what really matters for pro-level work: flawless Linux compatibility and the raw power to run multiple virtual machines without breaking a sweat. Based on that, this is the real list of the top 5 laptops for ethical hacking. Let's get into it. Before we get to the list, you need to understand how we're judging these machines. We're prioritizing raw power for running multiple virtual machines, which means at least 32 gigabytes of RAM and a modern multi-core CPU. Flawless Linux compatibility is non-negotiable, no fighting with drivers. Finally, we're looking for professional builds with powerful NVIDIA GPUs for hardware-accelerated tasks like password cracking. Number 5. Apple MacBook Pro with Apple Silicon. Kicking off our list is a choice that might be controversial for some, but for pros in the Apple ecosystem, it's an undeniable powerhouse. The MacBook Pro with high-end Apple Silicon, like the M4 Max. The main strength here is the absurdly efficient and powerful chip, paired with a huge pool of unified memory, often up to 64 gigabytes or more. This setup is a dream for virtualization. Using Parallels, you can run ARM-based Linux distros like Kali with incredible performance, all while the laptop stays quiet, cool, and the battery lasts forever. The catch? Well, you're locked into the macOS ecosystem. While Parallels is amazing, you're still running virtualized ARM instances. Performance is fantastic, but be aware that ARM Kali can have compatibility differences from a traditional x86 setup. Still, for forensics, threat modeling, and security research inside a secure, encrypted environment, the MacBook Pro's build, secure enclave, and insane efficiency make it a top-tier choice. Number 4. Dell XPS Series 1315. Coming in at number 4 is a longtime favorite of the developer community, the Dell XPS line. We're calling this the Linux-optimized professional's workhorse. Dell has a history of selling developer editions of its XPS laptops with Ubuntu pre-installed. This shows a real commitment to Linux compatibility that you can trust. You can wipe the drive and install Kali knowing you won't spend your first day hunting for drivers. While the XPS 15 has been a classic, newer models like the XPS 13, 9340, and Dell 14 Plus are getting a lot of attention in 2026 for their portability and Linux support. You can spec these machines with high-end Intel Core processors, up to 64 gigabytes of RAM, and NVIDIA GPU options, checking all our boxes. The main drawback is that the GPU isn't always as beefy as what you'll find in bigger machines, so it won't be the absolute fastest for password cracking. But for a professional who values a premium feel and certified zero-hassle Linux support, the XPS is one of the most reliable choices out there. Number 3. Microsoft Surface Laptop Studio 2. Our number 3 pick is probably the most unique machine on this list. Think of this one as the versatile consultant's rig. What makes this laptop stand out is its wild hinge design. It's a normal laptop, but you can also pull the screen forward for presentations or lay it flat for taking notes with a stylus. And it's not just a gimmick. Under the hood, it's a beast, supporting up to 64 gigabytes of RAM and a decent NVIDIA GPU. Now, here's the important part. It has great Linux support, but not in the way you'd think. It isn't officially certified. Instead, a dedicated open-source project provides a custom kernel specifically for Surface devices, making sure the keyboard, touchpad, and other hardware work well under Linux. The real-world take is that this support requires an extra installation step, unlike a machine with out-of-the-box certification. But for the consultant who needs versatility and a stealthy design that doesn't scream hacker in a corporate boardroom, the Surface Laptop Studio 2 offers a blend of power and adaptivity that nothing else can match. Number 2. Asus ROG Zephyrus G14. Our runner-up proves you can put a gaming laptop on a pro hacking list, if it's the right one. The Asus ROG Zephyrus G14 is the ultimate portable powerhouse. The G14 is famous for packing a ridiculous amount of power into a compact 14-inch body. Weighing well under 4 pounds, it's a machine you can carry all day. But inside that small frame, you get a top-tier AMD Ryzen 9 processor and a powerful NVIDIA RTX 40 series GPU, giving you serious muscle for both CPU tasks and GPU cracking. What really earns it a spot here is its strong community support for Linux and a surprisingly professional look for a gaming brand. The trade-off is heat. Cramming that much power into a tiny chassis means it can get hot and loud under heavy, sustained loads. Still, for the pro who needs maximum power in the most portable form factor, the Zephyrus G14 is in a class of its own. And here it is, our #1 pick for the best ethical hacking laptop in 2026. If you need absolute, uncompromising power and could not care less about subtlety, this is your machine. The Lenovo Legion Pro 7i is simply the hacker's tank. This laptop perfectly embodies our criteria. It's built around a top-end Intel Core i9 processor and a monster NVIDIA RTX 4080 GPU. It supports up to 64 gigabytes of RAM and, crucially, has a phenomenal cooling system designed to let those parts run at full blast for hours without thermal throttling. This is the machine you use to run your entire virtual lab, compile a kernel, and crack a massive hash list at the same time. It just doesn't slow down. Lenovo hardware generally plays very nicely with Linux, and the Legion series is no exception. The obvious downsides are size and weight. At nearly 6 pounds before the massive power brick, this is a desktop replacement. But this list is about workload capability, and on that front, the Legion Pro is untouchable. For the ethical hacker who needs the most raw power money can buy, the Lenovo Legion Pro 7i is the undisputed champion. So, there you have it, the top 5 pro-grade laptops for ethical hacking in 2026. As you can see, the best laptop really depends on your personal workflow. If you need maximum power in a backpack, the Asus ROG Zephyrus G14 is your go-to. If you live in the Apple ecosystem, the MacBook Pro is an incredibly efficient, if sometimes limited, choice. For certified, no-fuss Linux support in a premium body, the Dell XPS series is a proven workhorse. If your work demands versatility, the Microsoft Surface Laptop Studio 2 is a unique and powerful tool. And if you just need the most raw, unrelenting power you can get, the Lenovo Legion Pro is your weapon of choice. Of course, other amazing machines deserve a mention. Laptops like the Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Carbon Gen 12 are legendary for their durability and Linux support, while brands like System76 offer Linux out of the box, and the Framework laptop provides unrivaled repairability. The right machine is the one that best fits your mission. Which of these would you pick? Is there another laptop you think should be on this list? Let me know in the comments below. I read them all. If you found this guide useful, pwn that like button and subscribe for more content that actually respects your professional needs. I'll drop links to all the laptops in the description. Stay safe out there.